our national and international audience right now is probably going, "What the hell, Jennifer? Like, what's this? Will it snow? This is news for you guys."
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
understand. If we get like an inch of snow in the Seattle area, it's just paralysis. Everybody freaks out. We call it a French toast emergency at
Yep.
Malcontent News.
Yep.
Um, my message bot for also
Yeah.
the other thing, if you're not familiar with the
It's crazy
history,
to send shopping for.
what was that again, Jennifer? Sorry.
It goes crazy. Like people get crazy with the slightest bit of snow. They empty out like grocery stores. There's no bread left. There's no vegetables. Last time it snowed here, it was insane.
Yes. We did have like our little surprise snow overnight, but it really didn't impact anything. It barely stuck to the roads and it was
Yeah.
practically gone in most
Yeah.
places in the morning, but it sure was beautiful when it did come down for those few hours. The other thing is,
Yeah.
if you've been coming
Yeah.
here largely for the news coverage and weather is news, this whole thing started because of weather. So this is actually us continuing to be true to our roots. And yes, my inbox and personal message box has been kind of starting to fill up a little bit because people are seeing apps on their phones and they're seeing snowflakes towards the end of the week. Is it going to snow?
Mhm.
It's not going to snow. It's certainly not going to snow of any significance. We have a story up on malcontentnews.com about this. Interesting little tidbits about the first 2 weeks of January. Wettest in history, one of the warmest in history. We were almost 10 degrees above normal temperatures for the first 2 weeks of January.
Yeah.
About 9.25 degrees. We got our entire month of rain in about 10 days. We're at 7.45 inches of rain as of the 14th, and I know we've added a little bit to that, but not a whole lot. The weather that we had today, that's what we're going to have tomorrow. Wednesday will be a little cloudier, and then it's going to start to cool down a little bit. But cool down is relative, malcontent. What's going to happen is we're actually going to get normal for January. So instead of being in the 50s, we're going to drop down into the 40s, and our lows are going to be near freezing. There's a little chance for some rain on Thursday. There is no chance of snow on Thursday. And then it'll get a little cooler as we go into the weekend. Now, the other thing, as I always say, number one, these little apps, right, where just have like temperature and like a cloud or a snow, the date, a high, a low, and then like a raindrop or a snowflake or a cloud or a sun. They're AI based and they're garbage. So you can't go by those apps. So what that app is looking at in the AI is the temperature might be below freezing or at freezing. There's a chance of precipitation. So I need to, right? It's a very simple computer program. It's not even AI. It's just a if then or. And then you keep going if then or until eventually you reach whatever that final icon is. So they see that and they throw a snowflake up there. Cold air is drier air. And when I say cold, it's relative. It's actually just normal air. And this air mass that's coming in, there's just not a whole lot of moisture behind it. The other thing that I always tell people, particularly with snow forecasts around here, you go more than 72 hours out, there's just no fidelity in the forecast. So could it snow, say, this time next week? Like, literally this next Monday, the 25th. I would bet against it, but I'm not going to stand up here and just go, no, not happening. Absolutely. Do we have a snow event on the horizon? That would be very, very surprising. Anyway, Jennifer, there you go. That's the will it snow. The short answer to that is no. Not a lot.
Well, I feel like I would say that you disappointed my children, but they do school from home anyway, so honestly, they don't really care.
That's right. That's right, kids.
No snow days.
No snow day, kids, unless the power goes out. So, and using a chainsaw to cut down a power pole is a felony.
Yeah.
Unless you do it with 30 other people in a militia with guns. Then the police apparently will just stand there and watch you do it and go, well, there was nothing we could do.
Yes.
Did I say that out loud?